Winston City Council, February 17th, 2026, 7 o'clock.
Yes, Your Honor, there's 3 adjustments to the agenda. We are adding an item 7, that's new business, B9. That is a application for Clay Caldwell for the Park Board, participation in the Park Board. Number 2 is change resolution staff report from Chief Sardi, giving that to Lieutenant Stifler, who's with us this evening. Item number 3 is removing item 7D. That's new business. That is the discussion, Mayor Craven's letter to the governor. That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Consent agenda. We have acceptance of committee minutes for the Economic Development and Park Board. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Right on. Okay, comments from the audience. Anyone wishing to discuss items not covered on this agenda is welcome to address the City Council as a whole. Please state your name and address for the record. Each speaker will be given a maximum of 3 minutes. Speakers may not defame, intimidate, or use profanity or personal affronts. The council reserves the right to delay action until they have full information on the issue. Would anybody like to come up and talk to us? Come on.
Hey everybody, I'm Brooke Bustrom. I live at 184 Danielle Drive right here in Winston. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know I just was recently voted in as president for the Douglas High School Booster Club, and the first item we're bringing back is the luau.
Yay.
So, I brought in a flyer tonight with a QR code for our new Douglas High School Trojans Booster Club page. It just started today, newly created, and so this is just to save the date. It's going to be at the May 30th, and we're still hammering out some of the details, taking in auction items for a silent auction we're going to hold, and we're hammering out the details on ticket prices, you know, for singles and tables and everything. It will take place at the Wildlife Safari. We've already locked in our date for May 30th, and so I just wanted to bring one of our flyers to the council, so you know you guys have the info, and if you go to the Facebook page for right now, that's where you'll find updates, you know, the current up-to-date updates.
Douglas High School Booster or Facebook page?
Yep. And also if you scan the QR code, it takes you right there, like I said.
Could we just post that on our bulletin board?
Yeah, oh, I brought extras and everything,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Okay, I want them all,
It'll be
yeah.
posted.
No, yeah, so it'll be awesome.
We will put it on our website calendar as well.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome.
Yes.
All right, so I just wanted to update everybody.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Reports, boards, commissions, committees, and schools. Economic development for February 11th, Mr. Cunningham.
Yes, believe it or not, we had standing room only.
Good.
We had a whole bunch of people there. And we actually had a full quorum. In fact, it was really quite remarkable, to be honest with you. On the community report, Landon Stevens, our city planner, will be moving to Redmond as the city planner there. He's no longer with us. I believe Friday was his last day. Thomas will be covering for him. The subdivision on Logan Street was officially approved. New projects included variances for ADUs, lot size variances, and some lot lines need moving in the Serengeti division. The URA is expanding its limits. In other words, what they're talking about is right now it's just a business section here, but our business section is actually like this. So we're expanding that out to include the businesses that were not in there, and that's the point of the expansion. And that's going to take a lot of work, by the way. And Antique Mall will be repainted to a more favorable color. Chamber's new director is Megan Larson. She's working on getting the chamber up to speed. They have 2 meetings a month. Goals include Wonder Winston on 4th of July, or excuse me, Wonder Winston, the 4th of July, street decorations and flags on businesses, which has been talked about before. The newsletter that give Mr. Johnson credit for has received a lot of positive attention, and will be featuring a business a month now. And anyway, that's just about it. Under old business, goal setting will be done on a quarterly basis. New businesses with two vendors, one solar electric and one food truck. And 131 Main Street will be an antique business, and Red Garden plans to open up in mid-March. Basically, that is about it. However, the college bought the old post office and will make housing for families. I believe that's going to be in Roseburg. Okay, and anyway, that's about it. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Cunningham. Thank you very much. Park Board. Miss White, please.
Oh, there was a lot of discussion there. Mainly, there was about a community garden, and discussion, a map was provided in the garden. According to them, we'll have in the independent water system, because it will be separate. There's also a dog park discussed very briefly. Playground upgrades were suggested by Edie. And there was a discussion in detail on the community garden, which they're gonna work more on, about the location in the water system. Because right now, there isn't a regular cutoff for water, because the city and our park up there, they get their water from the river. So when you do that, you have to apply for it, and you have to be given so many gallons of water. It's a very good rate. I have it myself because I live by the river. But if you put in another garden, that's got to be figured out. How are you going to remain within using the river water? So there's a lot of discussion and some more reports that's got to come out to find out what they're going to be able to do. Because it's not just a cut job for gardening, there's a lot to do with the fencing and water on and off, turn on, so people don't get in there, and which, good luck. Because people are desperate, and I'm sorry, the water board has had trouble with that too, taking water, by the truckloads. And I don't know how you're going to, anyway, like I say, there's a lot of things that have to be worked out. But that's what the discussion is all about, and they wanted to bring it here, which I think someone is here to talk about it. So.
May? My name is Phil Morton. I live at 521 Northwest Barber Boulevard here in town. And I'm here this evening to speak on behalf of Community Unity. And some may remember I was here a while back, speaking about community garden. A week ago today, we talked with the park board about possibly using some ground at the community center for the community garden and a dog park and upgrading the playground. And they were all in favor of that. And my question tonight for the council is, we'd like to know if you're in favor of that, because like she says, there's a lot of work to be done to figure it out. But for us to put in the work, if you're not in favor of the garden ever being there, would be a waste. So we're asking for your support before we move forward.
I
think we need to know more. That's
I
what
think
I'm
we definitely need to know more
Before the discussion.
before we can make a decision on that.
Okay,
It'd
Yeah.
be good to have a plan.
Well,
saying. They've got to,
I'm sure they have a plan. Edie's probably got it down to the number. But have an idea of where you want to put it, what you want to put in, how big you want to put in. And we're talking about the playground equipment at the community park,
Yes.
Whitson Community. Yeah. No, if we could see some plans, that would be great. It would help us to be able to make a
well,
decision.
there was a plan, and I thought it had been forwarded to you folks
No.
from an email I got, so
No.
for that I apologize, and I guess I'll come back with more plans.
We would be
well, you
gratefully
did have
approved.
some of them.
Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't get any by email.
No.
just
But we
because
can have a layout, sort of a layout plan, but
Yeah.
we won't be able to work out the watering. We'll be looking into that, but if you guys agree with the layout, we
The
could
layout.
proceed with figuring out the water and all that stuff, and that would be the deciding factor whether we proceed or not.
Right. Well, like I said, we would definitely need to see some information on it and talk to Andy and then we can make a decision,
Okay?
okay?
All right.
But yeah, I have nothing about it.
Mayor, if I may,
Please.
council, thank you for being here, Phil.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
I was at that park board meeting, and just to give a little more credence to it, that is one of the two items that comes before you by way of recommendation from the park board. The recommendation to this body is, do you approve community unity moving forward with the planning stages of a community garden? What we also did talk about, because we are going to take another swing, the city will, at an Oregon Parks and Rec grant. Now, I can't tell you if it's appropriate or not to fold that in. I do think that it's a possibility, but as you know, there's a 60-40 match. There's a 40% match, which means the city then incurs that debt service for that additional area of the project. Also, there's a matter of the community. What kind of support that a project that is specified in that nature is being supported by the community, and how will it be utilized versus doing a project such as specifically a dog park or
Don't you think we need to have more information before we make a
A lot
decision,
more.
period?
Yeah.
I do.
That's the main thing that I'm going for is how much is it gonna cost to do the fencing?
I'm all for making Edie's
yeah.
plans work. I've always been behind what she wants to do. She does fabulous work, but I can't just say yes without knowing where and what. And, we're talking about putting it in the grant for the bathrooms. That's not gonna happen until August.
yeah, we
So
have.
we're not gonna even know about that until then. So there's no way for us to wrap that in there and get it going this year.
I think it's important to. I'm sorry, Counselor. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, well, can't we agree on the concept without making provision, within the concept of not making a plan or committing to a plan, but just to approve the concept, not necessarily the plan?
Yeah, I don't know.
There was-
I really
Kind of
don't.
iffy.
Concept and plans kind of go together.
I'm on the same page with David. I think the
Tell me
idea
what you're
of
saying then.
moving forward to have a better idea of what the plan is.
Yeah, and that's the concept.
What are they asking of the city? Where are they gonna put it? Like, yeah, I agree. I think we're all saying the same thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to. Don't get me wrong. Edie's right there. But I need to see what it is that you're wanting to do and how you plan to do it. And then we can make that decision, that grounded decision.
Yeah, I think the concept is fine.
That's good.
But we need to know the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But a dog park,
Is it an
community
IKEA or
garden, upgrade
a Wayfair?
upgrade the playground equipment, all things that could be done.
They
But
need
what's
to be
the
done.
cost? How much is it gonna involve the city having to do too?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then how do we take care of it afterwards?
Mayor, if I may, those are all things that obviously need to come in. There was also a survey that was put out by way of Wake Up, Whitson
Yes.
Area Community Partnership, and it had 4 items
Yes.
on it. There was a splash pad, a dog park, a community garden, and so I think
And an
that's.
exercise walk
Yeah.
around for Riverbend Park was in there.
And it poses it as which one of those would you prefer
Right.
in community park, and I think that's important information too, because the whole idea in the parks master plan is to be able to bring out more citizens to utilize that amenity.
Well, and that is something that I put in my mayor's letter that will be coming out in the Winston area letter, to be able to go to that and be a part of that survey. Thank you. Sorry, 12 hours already a day. It's been a long day. To be able to be a part of that survey so that they get a broader look of what the community, what everybody wants. So it's in there.
And I think that map will help that you had there as to where the things will be laid out. I think that's one step, but you need to make more steps on it.
I'd like to see where it wants to be laid out at.
Oh, I've got.
There was a pencil drawing, and I think that Linda Harding did a good job on it. But it was essentially where the boxes would go. There's 24 gardening boxes. What we don't know, based on that, is we're in proximity to the park, so it's going in terms of
Right at the
location.
corner there is not. Isn't it
Okay.
right, the garden right at the corner down below the building? That's what I took it to be.
Down below, it would be above the building along Thompson.
Yeah, okay, I was looking at it wrong then, okay.
Yeah, see, that's definitely something I would like to see is where do you want to put all of these things so that we have an idea of what it's going to take to be able to do it.
The other thing on that is too, is if I remember in the master plan for the community park, there were several projects and everything with the delineation of spaces, where things are going to go, et cetera, et cetera. And it may be an idea to review the master plan to make sure that it's in concert with what the proposal is.
Indeed, yeah. I did check the master plan, and the project being contemplated is not in there. It's mostly bathroom, restroom replacements, and playground equipment replacements, and the installation of travelways, things of that nature. But thank you, Phil.
Aren't we in the process, or aren't they, the park board, aren't they in the process of getting a new master plan done again?
No,
No.
there has not been any progress on that.
Are they going to?
I went to the last meeting. I can sure ask, but it has not been discussed, to my knowledge. So there's been no progress in terms of approaching a funding mechanism for that and consulting agencies that can turn something like that over.
Okay. Okay. Actually, what if I want that? Okay. This is a good start. And this is, okay, Thompson.
That's the garden area.
Do we need to have a recommendation for the approval of a concept?
If you would like, because there is a recommendation before you from the park board, and that is, are you going to approve Community Unity to move forward with the planning stages? You can certainly interpret that as provide that and more information, the nuts and bolts, so to speak, or you can amend that motion to say, provide a concept, and then we will make a decision on your original recommendation from the park
Then
board.
I make a motion that we have a concept with provisional of further planning, et cetera, like you just said.
Except for it's not good. That just went deep down. Okay.
Gotta be a little more.
Specific.
Well, I said, as Thomas said, concept, well, all right, concept to move forward, to find out the planning and everything, and all the ingredients that's needed to put something in place.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There we go. Okay. Then, okay, that's that part. Park fee waiver for community fundraising event at Riverbend Park.
This is the can jam, Mayor.
Oh, yeah. Did we ever find out what the why if you bring 2 cans of food, you can get in?
Yeah.
Or if you pay $25, you can
That's
get
quite a
in?
bit.
Are they looking for the money? Are they expecting that to balance out there somewhere?
Councilor White, I don't believe that came up in the park board. The gentleman gave a presentation,
But that was it.
but
Nobody asked?
I don't think anyone elaborated on that, no.
Is that correct? He was there.
As far as I recall, yes.
Yeah.
I have no problem, oh, never mind. Mayor, do I have a motion? to waive the fees for the community fundraising, the Can Jam?
I make a motion
Two,
to waive the fees.
okay. Do I have a second?
I'm not sure what the can.
Oh,
I don't know what
yes.
we're voting on.
It's a 10-hour, it's an all-day music fundraiser at Riverbend Live.
Okay.
Directed more towards the younger generation, and it costs $2 or 2 cans of food to get in. It's going to be supporting the food pantry for $25.
Oh, okay.
Waiver of total $300.
Yeah.
Yes.
I second. Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect. Okay. Oh, and now it's Paula's turn.
Oh, there's one more.
Friends of Hudson Library.
Hello, I'm Paula Fesser, the director of the Hudson Library. Council and staff, you got your little handouts of the numbers, which, you know, honestly, I think the budget's the same as what I gave you last time. But because my quarters are a little off, so that's the same. The numbers are the first page. The numbers of the library are obviously always rising, so that's a good bonus. But of course, what I'm always excited about is my STEM grant. We did have our first one in it was a Christmas break,
Yeah.
and we had Riddle and Myrtle Creek libraries come and join. And so it was an okay turnout. It was all right for the first one. I wasn't sure how winter break was going to go, so it was kind of a feeling point. So, anyways, but yeah, we're back into spring. It's only 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
Spring event. This will be the second one for spring event. I have to change it to Tuesday, but that's okay. And then I am starting to plan on this summer reading program, which will come along right after that.
This is in spring break, yeah. Yeah.
Last week of March.
Kids will not care, I know.
No. One sad note is, of course, UCC and the STEM Hub are facing some budget cuts. So if they have budget cuts, this could be our last one.
So, if I remember right from reading about that, because I saw that actually online also, are they funded until May? Is that what
I
it is?
believe she said May or June or something.
Yeah,
So
so-
they can do this event, but we're not sure where summer's going to line up. Yeah. They put on their thing that you can protest or talk to your local legislators or whatever. They might come up with something. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Yeah. So.
That, okay, if they don't participate anymore, can we still carry on with our own events?
Yes, the library is the reason why I put this together. Well, I wasn't the only one, but the reason why we put this together is a couple of the local libraries got grants from UCC to get their computer technologies. And so some of us got on that, and so we just kind of come together and put it all into one little showcase and have fun with our toys.
But I know that the last event we had, they showed up with a lot of their stuff too.
They do, yes.
So they had-
That's why I invite them, so
Yeah.
it's not just us.
They had their own band. Yeah, they had their own band with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And a lot of people don't know that you can actually, it's a learning library, so you can actually, it's more geared towards teachers, but you can actually get online and get any of their stuff that they have in their inventory, and you can bring it to your classroom or the libraries or wherever you hold your.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So unfortunately, I hope they can find somewhere to keep going, because it's really good for everybody. Yeah.
It's gonna get better, it's gonna get better.
That's right. Any more questions?
Anybody have questions?
All right.
All right, thank you.
See you next quarter.
Yes, you will. Okay, department reports. Wastewater.
Yes,
Hi,
exciting.
Chris. I know.
Good evening. You have my written report there. I noticed there's several mechanical failures that we had over the last month. Most of which is old equipment. Old as in 50 years old, so it's original facility.
It seemed like they were blowers, all blowers.
Blower related. So we had a bearing go out in a blower. We luckily had bearings on hand. RBCs. We had 2 of those bearings go out. I think I touched on that last time. So we had another one go out. I listened to the others. Unfortunately, when they go out, it tends to be just quick and overnight because they're so heavy.
Yeah.
So we did learn that we can't buy that bearing as a whole. So we purchased some tools to pull the bearing off instead of cutting it off. That's how we've cut it off before. And then we thought we could buy it as a whole, but we can't. So we needed the outside housing for that bearing. And the company that made it went out of business like 30 years ago. So they're no longer available, only on eBay.
It ate the shaft.
It ate the shaft, yes.
Yeah.
Met with Corello and discussed our digester dome. And looked at the coating failure that occurred. The engineer that was on site thought that, because one of the questions was why, because we've had this reoccurring, and he thought that it was just a product of its time. That's why we've seen 2 failures. So there's more of a polymer coating that they use now that they don't see these failures.
And?
So that would be a direction that we're going to look at going. These are all next year budget items, hopefully. And then looked at our digester building as a whole. We have a lot of corrosion in it. Kind of bounced some ideas around with that. And then while they were there, we discussed the facilities plan. And it's something that we've kind of been dragging our feet on a little bit, waiting for our permit to come around. With temperature TMDL for the Aqua Basin is now set in stone. So we kind of know where the goalpost is going to end up. So they thought that it would be an appropriate time to move forward with a facilities plan.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to shoot for next budget year as well.
Well, okay, we're doing the boring this year, right?
On the conveyance side, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good, because I don't think there's gonna be any water in the river.
Well, we'll be significantly below it,
Yeah.
subgrade, but yeah.
Already. So, I think that will help.
Yes?
Maybe.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The facilities plan is really going to, it'll dive in deep into all aspects of the plant, both just where we sit in terms of permit, loading on the facility, flow, and then kind of the overall health of everything.
Are we gonna get any surprises?
No,
Okay.
just, I mean, it's gonna be a bottomless pit for a while.
Are there grants available to upgrade the facilities?
I know there are grants available, yeah. I know in the past, and I haven't been able to get a straight answer, maybe this is something Tom's could help down the road.
It's really going to be going back to that Clean Water State Revolving Fund through DEQ. That is the best viable avenue. It is a cyclical fund that is available every year, and it has the highest amount of forgivable status. And the magnitude of these projects can't be overstated. This facilities plan, when we were looking at it, we put it in our budget two years ago for $400,000. It's a significant cost. And the dome, rehabbing that dome with the material that Chris has suggested, it is a high severity importance. I mean, that digester building is plumb necessary for the way that the plant does their operations. In terms of an activated sludge process. So we don't want that to be too much of a surprise to you at kind of what we're looking at here in the very near future.
I think it's grants past have been fighting this for the last 2 or 3 years in their facility, and it's costing them a lot of money.
If they're bigger than us.
Keep going, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that was about all I had.
Any questions? Thank you, Chris. Oh. Chief Sardi.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, members of the community. I've got a couple things I want to talk about. So we had a drive-by shooting in Winston last month. And we spent a huge amount of hours, overtime hours. I had all hands on deck on trying to get these people. I had meetings with the district attorney, with the other chiefs and the sheriff, and talking about, having gang-related activities coming out of Eugene and wanting to create turf in our area. And I'm not going to allow it as much as I have the authority to do so. So I talked to the district attorney about it, and we kind of came up with a discussion that all the departments, when we have something like this, we're going to really put everything we can and keep it so they're not coming into our area. We spent a lot of overtime hours trying to work this case. I can't get into a whole bunch of details. We did seize a handgun. We arrested one individual, and we seized his vehicle. So that's what I can tell you on it. Other than that, I'm not overly thrilled with it, but we did a lot of work to get where we're at. So as long as we have the support of the district attorney, which he is all about it and wanting to get this taken care of, moving forward in the right direction. So it's a win. It's not the best win, but it's a win for us. So yeah. And this group is connected to places out of Eugene that are some problem groups. So the other thing is I got some kind of sad news. We're going to be retiring tonight on March 1st. He went to the vet, and he has some back issues. Can't get the hip stuff. No, just kidding.
Talking about the dog?
Yeah, the dog, Nike. I got to retire.
Sorry.
Yeah, Nike. So you remember the dog, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to retire. So he had a long, distinguished career. We're actually going to try to put together a little retirement thing for the community center. The Umpqua Canine Association, they've been a 10 supporting us. Yeah, the community around here has been a 10 supporting us. I do want to keep a canine here, and my plans are fully intended on keeping a canine here, but I have to have the officer that's willing to do that, and I want 100% out of him and his family if we go forward. So in the meantime, what's that?
Don't we have that family already?
We do, yeah. I mean, I'm going to retire the dog to Blake Cordell, so he's going to get to keep him and take him home and let him live his life good. I mean, we could work him harder, but honestly, he's one of the original dogs, right? He's been around. He was in Roseburg City for years, and he's with us final now. So I want to give him a good retirement that way. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer that we won't have a canine. We've used him a lot. He's been great for us for patrol all around the county. He's been well used. That being said, so we had some issues with Douglas County Cares, and I don't know if anyone's read about it or seen anything about it, but we had an issue where I kind of exploded on all of them in a meeting a couple weeks ago. They asked for all the chiefs to go there. And so I couldn't even hold back. I waited until it was kind of done, and I let them all have it because I'm sitting in a new building, and the core principles of CARES is to take care of our kids and making sure that when we do a criminal investigation, they're there to do the forensic interviews and allow us to have the room and the forensic interviews to do those cases. And it's so important that we do them properly and give the red bow tie to the district attorney so we can lodge these guys in jail. Or girls, whatever the case may be. And so I was very frustrated going to a meeting when they had the doors closed and they're telling me all their woes and problems. And I didn't give a shit about their problems, like zero. I'm like, I want to know why we have this place closed. And our kids in Douglas County are not being protected now. And you guys are all sitting over there lining your pockets and complaining about why we don't have the money that we need in a brand new facility that they paid twice as much rent for from the one they had on Harvard, which was just fine.
Just fine.
Twice as much. $14,000 a month they were paying for rent on that place. So I was pretty upset, and I let them have it. All the chiefs got together with the sheriff and the district attorney, and we are now moving with the Viva Health. We're dumping CARES. They're not liking that. It's too bad. So we're all with the Viva Health now, and we're moving forward, and we've got our policy procedures and everything in place to do that. So we're moving forward on that.
Good. Good.
This year's Officer of the Year was nominated by my staff, and it's Nick Murtha. He's our newest officer.
Yeah.
So he's done a really good job. We're kind of changing up our Officer of the Year, how we're going to do it. So in the past, all the chiefs got up there and the sheriff, and we kind of made fun of each other. It's actually a really good time. I enjoy it.
It is.
I have fun going up there and having fun and tearing them up. But we wanted to make it about the officers more than it is about the chiefs or the sheriff going out there. It's about the officers. It's about our community coming together and knowing that we're all human beings. We're not robots, right? And getting to know us. And so we have a lot of people attended at the fairgrounds. It's a great event that the Optimist Club puts on. And it's honoring our law enforcement around the county. That's coming up this Friday, just so everyone knows. We have a whole contingent of folks going. But anyway, so this year what we're going to do, we're going to change it up. Instead of every department has an officer of the year that's going to be nominated and go up, and all the chiefs and the sheriff are going to go up there, and then all the chiefs and the sheriff actually picked one individual to be the candidate for all of them. So we did our pickings. It's top secret. I can't tell anybody. So I got some secret information.
So who is it?
I can't. You can try. I'm not going to get very far. Yeah. So that being said.
So who is it?
Yeah. No. Good luck. So anyway, so that being said, it should be a really good time.
What time is it? And do we need a ticket to get in, or do we?
So I'm with Roseburg Optimist Club.
Yes.
And it is our 50th Respect for Law banquet. We are honoring all 10 agencies, the county communications, patrol communications and corrections, all 5 municipalities, OSP and tribal. It's opening doors at 5:30.
5:30, yes, I was going to say 6.
And then 6:15 is when we're gonna start rolling out, but, yeah, by the way, I know who the actual overall Roseburg Optimist Foundation Officer of the Year is.
Right on, right on.
Yeah, at least someone does.
Is it 9?
It's top secret.
And who is it?
9?
Yeah.
9?
Top secret.
No, not 9. So,
Nice, nice.
So,
And
I'm excited.
do we need a ticket to get in, or are we going to?
no, I'm having it taken care of for the staff that attends. My staff and any city staff are going to take care of on the PD. So,
Okay, so we just sign in when we get there?
yeah, they're going to have my list. So they'll have your name and everything.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Brandon,
Yes.
if you were to tell Peter tonight,
Yeah,
if other people wanted to go, they could be put on that list.
okay.
But it has to be done tonight.
All right, all right.
And don't tell him I said so.
Peter, he always, yeah.
Anybody else want to go? Anybody else want
Do
to
you
go?
want your name on it? You gonna be there?
Yeah,
Done.
I did last time. I want to do this time too.
Yeah, so the way this works is now, is that the chief or the sheriff, whoever it's gonna be, has to go up and speak about their candidate once they're elected. So you're gonna cut a lot of time down because I'm not up there doing that, so.
Thank God.
If it was me. Just saying.
We had a good time. It was a good time.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of prizes too.
Not as many,
Oh, yeah.
not quite as many prizes this time, but they're bigger and better.
Oh, wow.
I won the barbecue last night. Pretty cool. Yeah.
So what table does that?
I won it last year. Yeah. Barbecue.
We had quite
Yeah,
a, we had a
barbecue.
whole table.
I went and picked it up
We
like
all-
3
everybody
months ago.
knows.
Yeah, anyways, okay, so.
Table everything like that, but they had.
Kind of shifting gears, and I know the council knows, and the manager obviously does, is I took over the administrative control over the court, and part of that is kind of, what I did is I had a meeting with the judge and with our city prosecutor, and talking about the direction and areas that I wanted to go, and making sure that if there's any concerns that I ever stepped out of my lane. The court, I want it separated where the judge runs the court like he's supposed to, and I'm going to work on trying to get the court working better than what it has been. So basically, just kind of going through some really quick components of the court. We changed up some stuff. We had a credit agency that really wasn't working for us. There was really no, there was no follow-up or oversight on the court as far as how the payments were being collected. So the first thing I did is I'm like, okay, I know that we need dollars, right? And so I looked to find out how much is owed to the municipal court. We're well over $1 million owed to the city in fines. That's crazy to me. $1 million. I'm like, what? So knowing that, I started looking at where are we getting the income from, and I found out we had 35 payments collected in 1 year by our current collections agency. We fired them. I said, get rid of them. They're gone. This is ridiculous. They should be on it, Johnny on the spot, working on this. So we got that taken care of, and that's all been signed and up and running, and so we started that. The other areas that I found is that we started a program called Point and Pay, and Point and Pay is an online program. It costs the city $1,000 to get it up and running, and what that's going to do is allow the keyboard warriors or anyone that sits at home and uses their phone and doesn't want to come in and socialize can be right on their phones and log in and pay their fines. And in watching the videos of that program, cities were collecting up to 40% more revenue, because that's just how non-sociable people are nowadays. So that being said, I thought, well, wow, why aren't we doing that? So we're doing that. I set a goal and a standard, and our court clerk, she is a go-getter. She is one that if you release the reins, she's going to go. You're going to have to pull her back and stop and slow her down a little bit.
No, that's not me.
Not you.
Just a moment, please.
I feel like I'm going out in a submarine.
So maybe him.
Oh, I know what it is. So, okay, so anyways, so my goal, I kind of laid out a couple different things with her. And I wanted to have a goal, and I set high standards for her. And one of the high standards is going to be this, is that our court runs on about $180,000 a year to run the court. I want our goal to have our revenue be $180,000. I want our goal to not cost the city money to run the court. That's my goal. Now, are we going to get there this year? We're not going to get there this year. But is that a goal for us to challenge? Yes, it is. So I tasked her with that, and so she's kind of excited about running that and see how it goes. So we got a couple different things we're doing. Just today, we brought in $18,000 more than we did last year, as of today. So I thought that was pretty cool. So something's working, and if we can bring the revenue in to offset that, we got money for other things, right? So that's my objective and my plans for the court.
Perfect.
That's all I got. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks for your good work.
Thank you very
Brian.
much.
Brian.
Put my name
Oh,
down.
your name down too?
Yeah.
Wow, I got the whole council going.
Well, no,
Going?
Nick's not
I've
going.
got plans Friday evening, I'm sorry.
I'll remember this. I remember that.
Well, I get back Friday morning, so hopefully I'll be there by afternoon.
Okay. There is one more thing I want to discuss real quick, and then I'll get out of here, and I wrote it down. I want to give, I got the lieutenant here, and I want the council and our community members to know, you remember when I talked about the accreditation and what we're doing? Accreditation is very difficult. It's a long process. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we have to go through that we make the state standards. And the state standards, Lieutenant, the state standards is basically, it allows the community members to know that their police departments within proper operating procedures, from how we operate on the street, the equipment we maintain, the operational aspects of the department, how we deal with employees, everything. It's a faceted amount of things, and it's huge, and it's a big job. Well, Lieutenant's here, and he's working on it. He's almost done doing that. And so I just wanted to give kudos to him, to let him know that I'm happy as his chief that he's working this and getting it done. And I want our community members to know that as well. So, yeah, that's a good thing.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
To add to that, we're pretty close. Once we get our evidence building completed and moved in, then we'll be able to finish off the accreditation process.
That's so
and be-
perfect.
And be
Well, when is that
inspected.
supposed to be done?
We're so close on that. I mean, honestly, so they did, we got some finished work. We're gonna have a checklist. I've already saw some stuff they have to fix, nothing major. But I'm gonna need Andy and the people to be that know that stuff to kind of follow with me and making sure that we got our money's worth and we got what we're supposed to get and all that. So it looks right. We're really close to being there.
Okay.
But pretty excited. This is the goal that Chief Google had years ago. We want to do the accreditation. And it's a pretty big honor, because we'll get, up at the Chiefs Conference, when this is all completed, we actually get a big plaque, and it's represented amongst the whole state. It says, the city of Winston has complied, We get a big plaque, we get to hang in our lobby.
Chief, there's an insurance component too.
There is, actually. We stay within that. It's a 2.5%.
They haven't set a number yet.
I think it was 2.5
It's
last
somewhere
year.
right in that ballpark.
Yeah, so you get a discount on our insurance, our city insurance for, yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a very high standard
Yeah.
of functionality. between every departmental aspect, and it's a big testament. It'll be a huge benchmark for not just the department but the city. And they want to give that insurance break because it is the optics of that mean you're doing things better, so we probably have to cover you less.
Yeah.
So it's a huge thing. And with the amount of insurance we pay, 2.5% can be quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we're doing our piece for King and Country, I guess, huh?
Good
So
for you.
we'll get there.
Good
But
job.
anyways, that's all I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay. Administration, Mr. McIntosh.
Oh, I think.
no, wait. Excuse me, Dana. Code enforcement, Dana Parker.
You almost let him off.
I did. You gotta come up here, Dana.
Turn red.
Almost let him off twice.
Perfect.
Not good at this.
We're not very nice to Dan. We love him, though.
Council, thank you for having me, members of the community. For those who don't know me, I'm Officer Parker with the Winston Police Department. Chief's invited me here to basically give an update of what we've done over the past 2025 to December 31st. So over the past year, I've handled 972 contacts resulting in 370 cases. We've taken, of those cases, 264 were closed after properties were brought into compliance. 96 citations were issued, which is above the previous year. I have 10 current cases open. This year, the city actually served its first chronic disorderly property search warrant. Meaning the city actually, we had a property on Darrell that was an issue where crimes were being committed. The city adopted this ordinance of chronic disorderly property, which allowed us to go in, close the property down, remove everybody, and take control of the property. It cost the city approximately $294 to do that by boarding it up. Luckily, the property was sold shortly after. A lot of those people that are troublemakers kind of dispersed from the area.
It was done in hours. You went to work and you came home and it was taped up and boarded up.
This year, I had 65 abandoned vehicles that were marked for tow. We towed 14 of them. 2 of the vehicles were motorhomes because we actually have also implemented a parking ordinance that doesn't allow you to store RVs or travel trailers on city right-of-way or the roadways. 2 of the vehicles that were towed were motorhomes and 1 abandoned trailer. There is a cost to that. It cost the city $1,160.70 to remove the motorhomes and the trailer. The cost for tow and storage for demolition. I don't know if there's actually going to be another cost for the demolition of those, so that's not in there.
Are these the things that are being parked up at the dump? Okay.
So they're no longer at the dump, which is nice because they were charging us to tow the vehicles to the dump and then charging us to tow them to the I-5 recycling where they actually do the demolition of them. So they're towing, so anytime now, we're towing straight to the I-5, so we don't have to pay that extra to the county, which is nice. So I've assisted multiple elderly residents that have issues with keeping up with their property and connecting with people that help them, because I don't feel like issuing citations all the time is the best thing, because it just makes the city look bad if we're giving citations all the time. I've investigated 5 animal abuse cases. 2 citations were issued for several animal neglect, or severe animal neglect, and the animals were removed from the properties. Multiple individuals were also counseled on the dangers of leaving dogs in hot vehicles. That's a very common call that we get during the summers. I have handled 57 dog at large cases, 27 of which resulted in citations. we have a lot of dogs that get out. For some reason, it's rampant in the city of Winston. We have like the most dogs that get out. So I've handled 44 cases involving occupied RVs, prohibited camping with 14 resulted in citations. We've had, unfortunately, a lot of people. Roseburg's been cracking down, and they've been kind of fluctuated into the smaller communities. Chief has given me a lot of leeway of handling these people, really pushing. We don't want to let these people come in and really start taking,
No, we don't. No, we don't.
So under the prohibited camping ordinance, we issued multiple citations, including citations for offensive littering, the camps along the river. I go down there quite often. I was actually just down there today and posted several camps along Looking Glass Creek on the behind the high school. They're getting, and one of the gentlemen actually even told me they went there because they didn't think we would go there.
They're behind the high school down by the creek?
Yeah, down by Looking Glass Creek. So I mean,
No.
they had a really intricate trail system, which was
I'm sure.
they did a lot of work on it. But those were posted for 72-hour tow. 72-hour removal. If I go back on Monday and they're still there, then we're going to have to go down as the city and remove the camps. But these are repeat offenders. They kept moving and moving farther, just thinking that we wouldn't go down there because he made it very difficult to get there.
They don't realize they're still in city limits.
Yes. So this year, or last year, with our court clerk, we came together, and I am now court security for the Winston Municipal Court. So we're taking stricter safety measures, and all individuals entering the court now are searched for weapons, scanned, just making it safer for the community and the judge, because we get a lot of people that get upset whenever they have, we have been actually taking more people to jail from the courts, holding more people accountable, which is kind of nice.
I'm surprised we don't have a scanner for people to go through when they come into the.
Well, that's what I'm doing now. I have a wand.
You have your wand scanner?
Yeah. I search, we do just like Douglas County, so we just don't have the one you walk through. So, ongoing and upcoming actions, the city is actually holding repeat offenders more accountable. Again, we're issuing more citations to the repeat offenders. We are looking this year at abating more properties, getting more properties brought into compliance. Unfortunately, that's going to cost money. So the city, we have multiple properties that are in process of search warrants, because we are now writing search warrants to enter these properties. That way it covers us more legally. It gets more eyes on the paperwork and making sure everything's right. So one that we've just done, 371 Cary, we submitted that search warrant has been abated and brought into compliance. Total cost of that one, it's not total cost. Cost so far is $3,900. It's expensive to clean these properties up.
Yeah.
And I think we have a pretty small budget but we have a lot more properties that we want to clean. We have our property right here on the corner, one of the kind of our big eyesore, the people coming into town. It's 51, 53, 91, and 101 Douglas. Actually have a meeting with the city attorney tomorrow to go over the search warrants to get that property taken in. Also, one of our big properties that we're looking at after that is going to be 761 Tokay. I don't know if You guys are familiar with this property. That's the property on the corner of Winston Section and Tokay. It's a big complaint that we get. The gentleman he's basically trying to run a junkyard out of his property, and
People around there are very afraid of what goes on over there.
yes, but our patrol staff, we know, we watch. We have a very good patrol staff. So.
Yes, you do.
So that's where we're at with code enforcement, animal control.
You've been quite busy, Dana.
Yeah, they keep me busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking care of Mr. McKay at 371 Civil Bench.
Yeah.
One last phone call.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Are there any questions for me?
You're doing a good job. Thank you very, very much.
What's our how do we recoup that money?
You lien the property and you get it by virtue of sales, or if they just feel it the ethical right measure in their heart to pay the lien.
What's the
Well, you never know.
It's uncommon, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Administration, Mr. McIntosh, you're next.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Good evening, members of the audience. I'll make this brief. I do want to thank our staff for their reports and their very high level of professionalism on how they carry out their duties. What's been shared with you today, I can tell you on pretty good authority that it's a pale shade compared to all of the different things that are carried out at our staff level, whether it be the PD or the wastewater plant or compliance. So just a couple things for you. Of course, you know, we got a notice out there regarding the 310-foot linear line in front of Bimart. The CCTV footage helped us just kind of understand the condition of that line. There's visible soils showing through voids. There's 13 individual cracked areas in the stretch of the pipe. It is in the category of failing. It's not failed, but it is of a such condition that we had to deal with it in short order. So you can absolutely put it in that category of emergency. The soonest Cradar or a contracting group agreed to come down would be February 23rd. Because you can see if you drive down Douglas, they've already fused the piping. They did that in advance to make the bursting go quicker. There's not a whole lot of side sewer laterals on there, so the bursting should go fairly smooth and quick. But there's bypass pumping efforts, and in addition to the bursting that has to take place. So coming by contractors that are willing to just jump at it within a day or two is rare right now because of how busy they are. So we are very, very grateful that Cradar is willing to come down within the time frame that they are. So there will be detours by virtue of Bimart entry and carry. Those detours will be released, but it'll likely be to the west. Either you want to enter Bimart to the west, or you have to go one street over if you want to gain broad access of carry. But more of that will be released. But we did do a fairly significant notice today. Mm-hmm. The school district was nice enough to put it on their platforms as well. Yeah. The other thing is we are opening our Winston-Dillard Water District franchise agreement. It is expiring in August. So we have open discussions with Tanner Pence, who is their superintendent. So we will be going through those discussions before bringing it to your honor at the council in short order. I do want to touch on just for a moment the collection system that the chief mentioned that they are trying in the courts. As you know, we have a major deficiency, and it's been a deficiency for lots of years. We have a Winston utility bill that covers 5 areas. We have a sewer fee, a plant upgrade fee, transportation, storm, and public safety. Now, 2 of those fees, what the statute allows us to do because it's sewer related, it allows us to do what's called certifying. That means all year if you don't pay your sewer bill or your plant upgrade bill, then we get to certify it, send it to the tax collector, and you're forced to pay it by virtue of taxation. We can't do that under the statute with those other 3 fees. So the only recourse is to look at a viable collections platform. So we are going to monitor and see how it works. I think we'll probably end up doing it anyway because right now we have nothing, and we need to at least have something. So we have to have a mechanism for recouping that measure of money. Instead, we can't certify it, so it just adds up. And the only way that we can maybe get it back is if someone comes in on that property and wants to do a land use action, wants a permit, they want something from the city. And we're able to, we do what's called red flag. It's a property red flag. And we hold it until they pay, even a business license. We hold it until they pay their arrearages in the utility bill. So we're really excited about maybe using that as a tool to recoup those areas of the utility bill. The last thing I'll share with you, unless there's any question on either three of those, we have a transportation engineer out of Eugene. Her name is Kelly Sandow. She's been working in the transportation industry for a lot of years. She has agreed at a very amicable price, less than $2,000, I think, to do a transportation rate study. As you know, in the residential districts, we charge $1. Okay, and as you also know, we haven't looked at that or contemplated that situation as it relates to the condition of our streets for over 10 years. So there's some really bad streets out there. And so if we continue to ignore it, that's just kind of saying by default that nothing's going up out there and there's no issues, right? So she's going to look at that and she's going to give us a proper assessment based on empirical data, like engineers do. And that'll allow us to make internal decisions on budgeting, but also go out for grant packages to where we can specifically attack grants that might cater to street projects. It's few and far between because there's not a whole lot of them. The grant packages that are out there available to cities are mainly either water or wastewater related. So
Yeah, streets aren't.
if a street is subordinate to that, then you might be able to accompany that in your package. But so that should take a couple, 3 weeks. We will have some information that we can go over in terms of the conclusions of her rate study. But the nuts and bolts of that study is it's a 5-year improvement plan within the study. What projects do we need to do in the next 5 years? What are the heart attacks? What are the broken legs? What, the ones we have to do that are level 1 severity? What are the costs of those to do them over the next 5 years, increasing the cost to do them over 3 to 5%? And she will take that, quantify it, and give us a means of understanding what our real fee should be.
So we're going to go from 1 to 10?
Well, not necessarily. No, we're never going to recommend doing that amount. But we're at least we're going to have a roadmap and a real numbers to work with, and then Your Honor and the council can offer a staggered approach or a cumulative approach, something to that effect. But we're looking at everything just short of that. We're looking at restructuring how we even budget our staff to the street drainage fund, all of those things. Did you ask?
Would it help her? Not that many years ago, we did a total street study with conditions of each street within the city.
Mm-hmm.
Would that help her if she had that information?
She's got it. So that is our
She has it.
That is our pavement improvement program.
Yes.
And Adam Heberly did that, and he did a fairly comprehensive job.
Very much.
So she's able to. We sent that over right away. She's able to draw from that. In addition to that, Public Works provided her with the streets that have been taken care of, so you can mark off that list. But really, what she needs to do is, okay, city, what do you think we need to do in the next 5 years off this list based on the condition? She places values to it, and then empirically produces that data, and then gives us her recommendations. So that's the first thing we went to because it's there.
Right.
I mean, it's 5 or 6 years
5 or
old,
6
but
years old is, yeah, hasn't changed.
but she
that
can
much.
use it. She doesn't have to start from ground zero. So that's all I have for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, old business. New business. New business licenses. Arizona Solar Solutions, Inc., Emily Stipp, Winston Antiques and Collectibles, Terry Henderson, and Mama Ginger's Cookies, Tim and Virginia Lacey. Are any of these people here? No? I need a motion to accept the business licenses, please.
I make a motion to accept the business licenses in
And-
total.
Yes.
They're all approved, right?
Yep. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect. Licenses accepted. Okay, I want to try this Mama Ginger's cookies. I've seen her out a couple of different times. Committee appointment / reappointment requests. We have Onika Driscoll, reappointment to the Park Board. Lucy Tripp, new appointment to Economic Development. The following are for the library: Sarah Melendez, Roseanne Pierce, Robert Bell, Elton King, okay. Then we have Mr. Steve Johnson for a reappointment to the Budget Committee, Levi Zundell to a new appointment to the Park Board, and Clay Caldwell to the Park Board, I think he's what he said.
Indeed.
And I need a motion to accept all of them.
I so move.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay. Resolution number 26-1215, Douglas County IGA Work Crew, read by title only. Ms. Sardi.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Resolution number 26-1215, a resolution of the City of Winston, Oregon City Council authorizing the city manager to enter into a governmental agreement with Douglas County for the use of their supervised work crew program to perform nuisance abatements and cleanup activities related to code enforcement cases.
Thank you. Staff report, Lieutenant Stifler.
Councils and committee, resolution 2615 would be an IJA between the City of Winston and Douglas County to enter into work crew services. Currently, as Mr. Parker explained, we're doing abatements throughout the city. That comprises of getting contractors' bids. This would only aid in that process. It'll give us one more resource to pull from that we can use the county work crew. Their rates are competitive. I wouldn't say they're going to be the cheapest overall, but if we come to a property that we're going to need extra manpower, this agreement would help with that. Their rates are on the very back. Yeah, with that. So is there going to be cost savings? Possibly, but it will give us another tool in our toolbox for abatements for personnel and resources to clean up these abated properties.
Are they always going to be able to go in and help the elderly keep their lawns mowed and the grass down?
There will be obviously they don't work for free.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yes,
yeah.
that will be an option that we can have. And from talking to them, if we get a string of properties, they may be able to knock out 4 or 5 yards in the 4-hour period, or it just depends on how we want to schedule them and what our budget would be for those properties.
Well, I got it. Okay. Supervisor and crew. Supervisor and crew is for clients.
So my understanding of that is for every 4 clients, they have to have a supervisor with them.
Okay.
So when you go, if you go like 5, they'll that's okay. But like 6 or more, then you have to bring on another supervisor because they're limited. Each supervisor can only technically have 4.
Okay, and the flagger, why would we need a flagger?
That's for like any road, like doing pickup along the highway or something like that. That's what that would be for.
Okay. And how much notice do they have to have?
It just kind of depends on the schedule. Obviously, the more time you give them, the better, so they can plan it out and get also, it's going to depend on how many bodies you need. If you need 8 bodies, they obviously going to need a lot more head time, so they can make sure they have the staffing to do that.
Are they going to mainly work with the police department or public works?
I was assuming us. Yeah, is what it was intended for, was the abatement.
They'll be available to the city, any of our departments.
This is good because they used to do this and we stopped for so long, and now what? Now
Well, there was some changes in the law about servitude. There was a bill that passed, so they had to get some clarification about does this constitute servitude. So that's kind of all been worked out. We actually looked at this a while back. We kind of put it on hold until they got everything clarified and got the program going.
So don't they still charge you to be in jail?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a way for them to work it off?
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
Depends on what,
What's that?
depends on what they're,
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, good. I think it's a good idea.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you, Council.
Thank you. Okay. Upcoming agenda item.
Mayor, if I may, need a motion on that resolution.
We need a motion to accept this.
I make a motion that we accept, resolution,
26/12/15.
yeah, 26/12/15,
Second?
as
I'll
read.
second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Perfect.
Okay, now can I move on? Okay. Upcoming agenda items.
None at this time, Your Honor.
Non-agenda items from the council. I had one, I took it off. I had one about a letter that I wanted to see, I wanted you guys to read and see if I should sign, but I'm not gonna sign it. And anytime I do decide to sign something like that, I'll bring it to the council first and we'll decide. Go to the order, your copies for checks are in your computer, in your, yeah. And claims in excess of $500. Announcements. Due to the lack of agenda items, the Urban Renewal Agency will not meet on February 19th. The next regular meeting is scheduled for March. What? It's March 2026.
The third Thursday.
Third Thursday. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's
I
all
just
right,
saw
it's
that.
March. We got time between now and then. The next city council meeting is scheduled for March 2nd at 7 p.m. City Hall. By March, main entrance will close for emergency sewer main line replacement for approximately 2 weeks, beginning February 23rd. A detour will be in place. Access will be off of Northwest Civil Bend. Vacancies still exist on the Budget and Economic Development Committees. Both have 3-year terms. Do we have an executive session?
None, Your Honor.
We're adjourned. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much for coming.
Meeting adjourned at 8:12.